Hey guys, welcome back to Psychic Sherry YouTube channel. We're here again talking to Sherry Klein as we discuss topics related to the supernatural and the spirit world. Sherry, thanks for coming.
Hi,
Uh,
hi everybody.
so today we're going to talk about animals. Some people's
Okay.
favorite topic. Do animals actually have souls, and where do they go when they die? Sherry, what do you think?
I fully believe that animals do have souls, and not just the cats and the dogs. I believe everything, even spiders and little ants and birds, they all have souls. And from the way I gather it, they go to the other side, the same place where humans go. And if you ask me, animals are more enlightened than humans on a lot of levels.
Hmm.
They don't have an ego. They use telepathy. Everything is heightened. Um, so yeah, they go exactly to the same place where humans go. And when they come through in my messages, they come through just like humans. My spirit team tells them what it is that I want. So they'll come in with evidence, and that could be they bring their personality. So many times I'll bring in like a little chihuahua and they come in big and bad. You know how chihuahuas are. um,
Yeah,
or
yappy little dogs.
and real like they're real cocky. Um, or I've had like a bulldog come in and he might have on a black leather vest and smoking a cigar. I mean,
Really?
they get cocky or they'll be timid. Just like humans, they have their own little personalities.
Yeah.
And then once we get that, then they give us evidence. I just did a reading the other night for a girl and I brought in her doggy and he was showing me that his little back legs he couldn't walk, and she confirmed it that he couldn't walk. And and he was giving her messages like, thank you for putting me out of my misery and helping me to
Really?
cross over because I was suffering. And then at the end of the reading I said, oh, he's standing up on his two legs and he's dancing. And she said he used to stand on his two legs and dance with her. So they give
Really?
messages and they can come in as guides. Um, and it kind of reminds me, there's several things going on. One time I was sitting outside and on my patio and I was having a pity party for myself. I don't know what. And I was asking my girl Irene, who is my joy guide. And I'm like, do you even listen to me at all? I don't even feel like you're around me. And I said, show me some kind of a sign. I want to see a cardinal or a yellow finch, something. About 30 seconds later, here come a cardinal up on the wire. And then right next to it came this little bright yellow finch that sat right next to it.
Really?
And then this is the weirdest part. It was like they were kissing. They started, you know how like a mommy bird will feed her babies?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what they were doing, but I think they were smooching. I don't know what they were doing. I thought that is so crazy. Like
Yeah, oh, really?
I should have asked for a pot of gold or something.
No kidding.
Um,
That you didn't take a picture of it, did you?
well, no, because I was stunned, and by the time I think to take a picture and go get it, then they fly away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that would have been a great picture.
Mhm.
Um, but they give messages all the time. I'm trying to think of some. Again, they're like humans. They'll come to you in your dreams. Um, they can show up in photographs, and you might not even see them
Yeah.
next to you. But then when you look at the video or the picture, they could be right there. I know when we put our little girl Candy down, she was suffering. 3 days later, I was laying in the bed and I was wide awake, and my dresser was behind me, and she used to get on there and jump like right by my face. And I felt her jump. I even felt the bed move. I could
Mhm.
feel her laying up against my neck and purring in my
Really?
ear. And I didn't move because I knew it was her spirit. And she was there for so long, and I thought, I'm just going to try to touch her. And then I went like that to try to touch her. The second I did, she vanished.
Hmm.
But it's like her way, their way of coming in and saying, I'm okay. Life continues after the change called death. And It is the same for animals as it is for humans.
I know in a previous video we talked about what happens when we die, and there's a light that we walk through, and our loved ones are there. Are our pets there too when we walk
Absolutely.
through?
Yes.
Really,
And
all of them,
yeah, and
even the ones that bite your ass during the in their life.
yeah, and even your
Crazy.
ancestors that you've never met.
Yeah,
We have a lot of different lifetimes. We could have different parents too
yeah.
in some of those. But yeah, sometimes I'll get messages when I'm doing readings if I'm connecting with their little furry friends, and they'll be like, "Tell my mommy I'll be the first one there to greet her when she comes."
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, and I can feel them, and if they were bubbly or if they were sick, yeah, they give messages exactly like humans. And again, they can see animals can sense spirit, and
Yeah,
like,
I've heard that.
oh,
Yeah,
I used to do a lot of parties, and I came home one day, and our cat Jeff, who's on the other side now, but he was a big scaredy cat. He was so scared of ghosts, but my other cat Candy wasn't. So I had come home from a party. Evidently, I didn't close my window because I always say, "Okay, I'm closing the Akashic records."
yeah.
So I come in through my kitchen, and my husband was in the living room, and I'm like, "Uh oh." I There's some people that followed me home because they're, spirits, they're in the kitchen. And my
Uh,
husband's like, "No, there's not." Well, here come Jeff walking through the living room, and he saw those spirits, and he shot straight up probably 3 feet. And then he started freaking out, running around my living room, and he was just spastic because he could see them perfectly.
wow.
So if you have a cat or a dog and they're growling at something that you think is not there,
I know sometimes we have a cat that just sits there and it's like she's staring off into space. It looks like she's looking at something, but there's nothing there. But maybe she actually is seeing something.
yeah, when you say there's nothing there, it's just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And
Well,
I don't see it
yeah.
everything either, but they do.
Well,
So,
that's interesting.
yeah.
So
So,
they
yeah,
go to this. They go to the same place that we go. I mean, they stay in the same houses that we stay in, or I mean, are they always by our side, even in the afterlife?
n no, it would be like if how do we say this? It would be like if you die and I die and we go to the other side, we're not always hanging out with each other.
Well, I
I
know,
mean,
but on this side, um, they are with us all the time at home.
oh, right,
They
right.
have their own life, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
they're in and out.
right. And you have to take this into consideration. When we come to this earth, we want to experience everything. We want to experience being a woman, a man, um, fat and tall and skinny and poor, and we want to be a dog and a cat and air and everything. So when they go to the other side, they're preparing for their next incarnation or what they want to experience for their next incarnation. They may want to come in as a human, or
Yeah. Hmm.
so that's they do just like we do. They start preparing for what it is they want to experience in order for their soul to evolve.
Really?
So,
Huh. That's very interesting.
mhm,
So we could be a dog in a next life. They could be a human.
that's the way I perceive it.
And
Yes.
do we have soul contracts with these pets as well as other humans?
Oh, I would say so because some people actually, when their pets cross over, they come in and be their guides. Like I have Irene and Big Blue and Black Hawk. We have our set guides that come in with us when we're born, and they stay with us until we cross over. But we can also have loved ones like grandma or whoever you loved, your
Yeah.
kids or parents, and your animals too. Because remember, I said their their consciousness is probably, well, I don't want to say higher than ours, but they communicate just like humans. So yes, they
Yeah.
can be your guides too.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think you answered that question. Do you have anything else? We'll close
No,
it down this time.
yeah, no, I really can't think of course, after the video, I'll think of 1,000 things I want to say, but
That it
right
usually
now,
works out that way. Yeah. All right. Well, great. Um, Thanks for answering that question, and thank all of you for tuning in for today's show. We hope you liked it. If you've got any questions uh, or topics you'd like Shari to address, then uh, put a comment down in the comment section and we'll try and get to it. Otherwise, thanks for seeing the video, and we will talk to you next time.
okay,
Take
bye
care.
everybody.